Hello, it's the Minimalist Gamer here with another video. Got the GameCube Terminator 3 Redemption on the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, running on Dolphin for handheld. These are the settings I'm using. It's running at 100% on the speed limit, and I've got the override emulated CPU clock speed enabled, and we're going to run the emulated CPU clock speed at 25% on this one. So yeah, and then we're going to go into the graphics, and we'll go into the hacks, and all of those are ticked on. They're in the quick settings as well, those ones up the top there, but I always put on GPU texture decoding on. That helps in some games, helps them run a bit quicker. But it might not, so I always put the audio stretching on as well, generally. It can probably help. And then that's it. We go into the game, and here we are. Here's the quick settings. So we're going to run it at one times resolution, and all those 4 boxes ticked on there as well. Then we're going to load up a bit of a quick save here. This is in the first level. I've only actually got as far as the first level because I haven't played it that much, but it's a really good game, and that's why I'm making this video. So I didn't play it back in the day. I had a PS2 back in the day. It was available on the PS2, but yeah, I think I can. I tried to run it on the PS2 8xx2 emulator, and I couldn't really get it to perform as well as I have here on the Dolphin for handheld emulator. So this is the way I've gone. It's a very arcadey game, as you can probably tell. You're controlling the truck here, and you're controlling where you shoot. So you're controlling the truck with the left analog stick, and the right analog stick is your slider stick. Is for aiming, and then you would use your L1 and R1 buttons for shooting, and B is for power sliding the truck. It's arcadey, it's fast. It's not going to win any awards for being a deep game, but it's a Terminator game, so I don't think you can really say, oh, I'm disappointed it's not deep, to be fair. But it runs really well on the RP2 Plus. So if you've got a 3 Plus, you should definitely be able to get this to run very, very nicely. And I don't know if it's got a widescreen mode, this game. I've never looked, because I just have this side screen myself, so I've never looked. But if it does, then you'll be able to obviously, there's a good chance it does, because it's a movie game. I'd say there's a fairly strong chance it might have a widescreen mode. Yeah, you should be able to get it running very well on a 3 Plus as well, just like this at least. If not better, maybe up the resolution even. I'm not sure how well they perform. I know they outperform the 2 Plus by some miles. So yeah, I think a lot of people, they didn't like the Terminator 3 films, so they kind of probably skipped this one over. And I must admit, movie franchises I tend to leave alone a lot of the time anyway. You do, don't you? But this one is actually a pretty good game. These are where the Terminators come up. You have to press your A button to kick them off or shoot them off. And Arnold always says something amusing like outstanding, or this is where you get off, or whatever. And you can actually press the D-pad left whenever you want to get Arnold to say some catchphrase of his, like outstanding or something like this, or terminated or something. It's got a nice sense of humour. I think to be honest, yeah, the first Terminator film never had a bit of humour, but it was in Terminator 2 and 3 really where there was quite a bit of humour and quite a lot of tongue-in-cheek. I quite liked Terminator 3, to be fair, as a film. Got loads of good action, loads of good set pieces in it. Not Terminator 2, but still a good film. And I think, I don't know, but I look at films a lot nowadays, and I think, well, actually, that film's a lot better than everything that's being made now. That's just personal choice, isn't it? It's all personal choice. But so if you like Terminator, and if you think, oh, I'm in the mood for a good action sci-fi game, this is a cracker. to be honest, because I never really realised this existed, to be fair. Probably saw it in a magazine back in the day when I had a PS2 and stuff, but probably just thought, you know, probably too busy playing GTA San Andreas, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I'm filming directly on the RP2 Plus here, so it looks a little nicer than when you do run the insert in on-house screen capture device. Really, although I have to try and make sure I keep the screen level and stuff like that, so I apologise. But even when he gets his truck blown up, another one will come along in a minute, and he'll be able to get on it, and you know, you can actually take over those Terminator vehicles as well, which is what he's going to do now. So you jump on, you press a button if you get close enough, and then you're rocking the Terminator vehicle, which has got some nice meaty guns on it. But I don't know if they're any more powerful than the thing I was just in, to be fair. They look nicer, to be sure. There's loads of smoke going on here, so you get a bit of slowdown. Probably if you drop the resolution, you'd probably, on 0.8 or something, you'd get rid of any an element of that slowdown maybe. I tend to not really care too much. I don't have the frames per second clock going in my games ever. I just look at a game and I think, how does that look? Does it look like it's playable? Do I like it? Can I stand it? With emulation, that you know, when you're trying to push these devices as well, or your phone or whatever you're running, it's like, can you stand it? If it's good enough for you, it don't matter what other people are saying in a way. You know, if you're happy with it, you know, rock it, do it, and then you know, you get to play your game. But yeah, it's a pretty amusing game, that's for sure. And it's, you're never bored. You're never going to get bored playing this game, because you haven't got time to get bored, really. It's just like playing one of his movie, you know, one of the movies in a sense. So you started off in the future here, but I know you travel through time, through the film or something. Well, at one point you're going to travel obviously into the present day from the future, because you start off in the future, as you can probably tell. But yeah, so, but I haven't got that far yet. At the end of this level, okay, towards the end, where you're trying to get that big ship which is in the foreground. You're in a helicopter and stuff, and that's where I always tend to die, to be honest. So I've got to put a little bit more time into the game, but it's definitely worth a go. And surprising to see it running so well on the RP2 Plus, like I say. So if there's any games you want me to have a go at getting to run on the 2 Plus, then leave it in the comments below. And if there's anything you want to know, then leave it in the comments below as well. I'll be sure to try and answer any questions you got, or maybe try other games that you want me to try. But I know the 2 Plus is one of the older devices around nowadays, but still worth a look if you haven't got one yet, or haven't got any device. But personally, if I didn't have the 2 Plus, I'd probably buy the 3 Plus. Just from a personal point of view, I think you may as well just spend a bit more wonga and get a 3 Plus really, for a bit, you know, a bit better performance. But thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and this is the Minimalist Gamer signing off. Take care.